Okay, so today is November 4th. I've decided to do something a little different for you guys that are watching this video later, um, or if you're just watching it because I posted it about advising. So today we're going to talk about advising. Again, I am a full-time advisor on campus along with my full-time teaching duties. And I've noticed this semester has been tough with advising because of the COVID restrictions. And it's been a little bit harder to reach a lot of my advisors, or advisees, I should say. So I wanted to make it might be a quick video, it might not, on topics and questions that I typically get from students that come into my office. And also I'm going to hit some topics that I think are beneficial to all students on campus, not just my advisees. And it'll be kind of neat to do this with Zoom because I can share my screen and tell you what's going on. So first off, before I get started, spring is open. Spring, oh my gosh, what's the word? Spring advising, yeah. So spring registration is open. Get with your advisor as soon as you can. If you're not sure who your advisor is, it's in the campus portal. If you're still struggling to find it, email me, and I can find out pretty quickly who your advisor is on campus and get you to the right person. Okay, so front load you there. It's time to advise, and that's part of the reason I'm making this video. Okay, another reason is we got a day we can kind of do for this, so it's kind of nice. The first thing I'm going to talk about are the degrees we offer on campus. This is kind of going to feel like I'm trying to sell you stuff at first, but a lot of times students come to campus and they take a few classes and they haven't really decided what degree program they want to go into. And I get a lot of questions on, well, what do you guys offer? So I'm going to share my screen real fast. Hold on here. Share screen. And I'm going to go to our website. And you'll see, if you go to future students, actually, we've got degrees and programs right here. And when you click on it, it breaks it down into the three different schools we have. We got the School of Arts and Science, that's where I'm at, the School of Health Science, and the School of Business and Technology. So each one of those will tell you about their degree. So I think, yeah, down here it's got all the degree options. So if you click on View All Degrees here, it's kind of nice because it breaks it down with the degree, the type of degree. So I'll go over what that means here in a minute. The college that it's in, the school that it's in. And then is it on campus, online? And then, oh, you can actually view the degree here too, which is nice. So let's talk about this. So the type of degree, AS, that means it's an Associate of Science and it's a transfer degree. So it'll transfer to the last 2 years for a 4-year degree. Where AGS is Associate of General Studies. TC is a technical certificate, so it's only the first, I believe, year of study. Let's see a few of these. Associate of Arts of Science. Certificate of Proficiency. It's a short degree. Okay, it's a short degree, more about skills. Notice this is about mechatronics, basic manufacturing. So this is kind of a short degree to learn some skills while you're on campus. Let's go up to this one because I'll tell you, I don't know much about this ag business degree. I don't advise it. So let's say I had a student that called me and said, hey, Mr. Shirley, I'm kind of interested in this ag business degree. I would go right to this website and I would click on the View Degree button. And it gives you the contact info for the advisor. It's Dr. Dry on campus. And it gives a little bit about the program and then the skills you're going to learn. And actually, oh yeah, here we go. And the degree check sheet. So at the very bottom, you'll have a degree check sheet. And when you click on that, it'll tell you the exact classes you need to take for that degree. Okay. So every single degree we have on campus is set up this way. So if you're interested, if you want to kind of shop around, maybe you're in high school right now and you're going to come to ASU Mountain Home because you've got that first 2 years paid for, right? Or why would I go to a 4-year when I'm going to have to do it online anyway? Might as well, make it a little cheaper, class size a little smaller, and stay on our campus. Well, you can kind of look and see the different degrees we offer in this way, which is it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's really helped us out a lot as advisors. But a lot of times students just don't know about it. And that's really why I'm going over it. Okay. So let's click back. I'm going to go back to here. Oh, the classes you'll take, right? I'm gonna click here. Okay, it goes to the same thing. Wasn't sure. I'm all about clicking some buttons. Okay. Oh yeah. Also, another way to kind of skim through what degrees we have and what's offered is through the course catalog. And if you want to go to the course catalog, so let's go back. Oh, I could have done it up here. It's going to be under, I believe, current students. Right here, course catalog. Click on that one. Now you are. Grandfathered in is not the right word, but it's whenever you start your degree process. So let's say you guys started this year 2019 2020. Well, I guess that's 2020 2021. This is last year's. Let's say you started last year. Here is your course catalog. Okay, these are the courses you need to take to complete. Now it doesn't have just the courses. It has a lot of other things like the calendar, the vision, mission, and purpose, history of the university admissions, the fees, all this stuff is in the course catalog. A lot of general information. When we scroll down, it's got the campus. It has, oh, here's the catalog. Now, you can see this is fall 2019, so this is last year's. In spring 2020. This year's is actually at the top earlier. So if we scroll down, we got the history. I'm going to keep scrolling. Go quicker. Admissions, what you need. And eventually, you're going to get to all the courses and the degrees. Remember that degree check sheet from earlier? All the degree check sheets are in the course catalog as well. So it's two places to find them, and really they're housed here, okay? And it has all the courses we offer. So let's keep going down. Every single course is going to be in here. Now, I need you to understand, not every course in here is offered. Some of these are in here because we offered them in the past, and it's easier to leave them on the books. That way, if we need to offer them in the future, they're already there. Okay, so we might not. I think German, for instance, is in this, but we don't have a German teacher right now. So you might see courses in this that we don't offer at the moment because we don't have the instructor or the need isn't there on campus to be met. But what's nice is this will tell you about the course. So let's go to college algebra. Hold on. So I know it's an MATH course. There's machining, mathematics. College algebra, MATH, notice, so mathematics, MATH prefix, 1023, college algebra, and it tells you about college algebra and what we're going to be learning in the class, right? Quadratic equations, inequalities, polynomials, rational, blah, 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 blah. And then it tells you a little bit, no credit given if taken following MATH 1054. It gives you the prerequisite. You need to make a C or better. This is that developmental algebra 2. Or completions of modules, we don't do that anymore, okay? So, and then this here is the Arkansas course transfer system number, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in a second, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit about that here in a second, but I want to go back to our course offerings for the spring before I talk about what that number means. So let's go back, actually. I wanted to talk about the course schedule for the spring. So let's say, hey, you know what degree program you're in, you chose that. Most of you probably already have that if you're in this class, but you want to look and see the course offerings for the spring. So this is under current students and course schedule. So current students course schedule, and notice on the top you can filter it. I don't know if these are also right here. It'll tell you what semester it is. These might be the spring and the fall. No, it's spring. But notice what's different. Let's go to me. Let's say I'm going to just Control F Shirley. What's different about the spring is that on the very far right, it's going to talk about the modality we're using. And this, of course, a lot of it's because of COVID and kind of the frustration we had at the beginning of the semester. But it's straightforward. You're going to know before you get into the class what type of class you're taking, okay? So if we've got business stat here, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. I can't see the chat when I'm sharing my screen. Oh, wait. Someone who's gonna... Oh, yeah. I'll answer that, Sherry. Give me a minute. I'll get there. Yeah, definitely. I don't know a lot about that side of it, but I will get you to the spot you need to be. Okay, so let's say, let's look at my business stat course that I'm teaching in the spring. You can view my profile. I don't think I filled it out. I need to. I keep forgetting. But it's going to be a traditional online course where like my college algebra at 925 next semester, it's going to be internet assistant and on campus. So you can do both. You can, what we're doing now actually is the modality where you can stay home if you want, or you can come to campus, not a big deal. But then like my quantitative reasoning, which I'm teaching in the spring, that's going to be online. So it has a class time, but notice it doesn't have a place where it's meeting because it's going to be just a streamed in online course. There's not going to be a classroom designated for it because it's an online, synchronous course that's being offered. Okay. So I'm going to pause it right here. Do you guys have any questions that are in the course? And Sherry, I will get back to yours. Let me kind of go through my spiel. And that's a great question. I'll give you a minute I'll give myself a minute to kind of see what I've gone through and what I haven't. Okay. So yeah, we've gone over really the different type of degrees, or how to find the different type of degrees that we have on campus. We have a lot of degrees. Okay. Different types of degrees, how to choose your courses. Now, guys, these are the courses for the spring. So if you go to your check sheet and you're like, you've got all the courses you need, you can go through here and check off what you need and kind of, make your own schedule, which is nice. I'll tell you that's nice for advising. So when you come in, I know what you want to take. It's a great way to prepare yourself for advising when you meet with your advisor. Okay. It makes that session go a lot quicker, and we can talk more about bigger picture items, more about yourself, long-term goals, things of that nature, compared to just dealing with the nuts and bolts of getting your schedule made for that semester, for that spring semester. Okay. Let's talk a little bit now about transfer. If you're in college algebra, there is an assumption that you will be transferring to a 4-year degree because you guys, college algebra is on transfer degree check sheets. Okay. So if you want to, in the state of Arkansas, what they've done, which I'm going to tell you is great because not a lot of states are like this. We're really lucky in that sense to be in Arkansas, because when you finish your first 2 years, so you get your associate transfer degree at any public 2-year school in our state, that will transfer to any public 4-year in our state as the first 2 years of classes. Now, there's a caveat to that. Sometimes there's issues with courses transferring that need to be for made. I'll give you an example. UCA. Right now, if you want to go into be a biology major at UCA, you take biology on our campus. When you transfer, they're going to count that as a biology for non-majors. So you're going to have to take biology for majors when you get to their campus. But you will have 60 hours of credits done. Okay. But sometimes there's just little quirky things that happen when you transfer with certain degrees. Okay. But the goal is you're transferring, and it's a lot easier and it's a smoother transition if you transfer to a course in the state, because if you transfer with an AA from our school or any 2-year in the state, every course you've taken is part of this ACTS transfer credential. What that means, it'll transfer for a course or an elective at that receiving school. Okay. So they will have to take it. Now, college algebra is a staple. There's never issues with college algebra. So this will transfer as college algebra for any public 4-year school in our state. If you decide to transfer outside of the state, you're kind of up on your own. It's up to the receiving school. And we do have a lot of students on our campus that transfer to like Missouri State and Springfield. And what they do is they review your transcript and they take what they deem is equitable to another course on their campus. Okay. So that's a little different. We can't really control that because it's out of the state of Arkansas. Okay. But so you get your first 2 years done, you go. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit of what's neat about transferring right now. There's a lot of emphasis on what's called the 2+2 agreement. And I'm going to give you examples from 2 universities and how they're kind of easy to find. But the 2+2 agreement is saying, hey, if you take these prescribed courses your first 2 years, it will transfer directly into the second 2 years for certain programs at the receiving 4-year school. So hold on. 2+2, there, I already Googled it earlier. 2+2 agreements. And all I did was Google 2+2 agreements, ASU Mountain Home. And you'll see you've got UCA here and A-State. I'm going to click on UCA. So when I click on UCA, you'll see this is kind of where they house all of their partner, they call it partner institutions, but all of their agreements. And we're right there in the top middle. And when you click on it, it asks you for your academic year of entry. So let's say you're going to go through this year. And it has all the agreements. It's pretty neat. So let's say you want to go into accounting. You know, we have an ASB degree on our campus and Associate of Business. And it tells you exactly what to take, okay? And you just check it off. And it tells you exactly what UCA is going to take. So like English 1003 oral or composition 1 transfers as writing 1310. And so in a way, it's another check sheet, but it's a check sheet with UCA and ASU. So it's kind of neat. If you know where you're going to transfer, this is really a neat tool to use to make sure you're on the right path to smooth transition into these degrees. And I'll tell you, there's a lot. This is actually grown a lot over the past few years. Okay, let's go back here. I mean, we've got accounting, business administration, cybersecurity, economics, international trade, elementary ed, finance. I mean, you can go through all these and check them out if you want to transfer to UCA. Now, let's say you want to transfer to ASU, you know, so I click on the ASU one here. Right there. So their degree partnerships are right here at the top. Yeah, there's Newport. So ASU Mountain Homes are all right here, the 2+2 degree plan. So let's do the same thing, the ASB, the BS in administration at Jonesboro, so 2+2 degree plan. And it gives you a little bit about the background of it. And it tells you the courses that you have to take. So the courses at ASU Mountain Home and the course at ASU Jonesboro. So the same kind of thing. English 1003 here. Now it's English 1003 there as well. They have very similar course numberings because we're in the same system. So you'll see, though, that it's a little different. Check sheet's a little different, but it's just listing what courses you would need to take on our campus and what they would transfer for at ASU Jonesboro. So kind of cool. I mean, actually, it's really neat. I don't know about other 2+2 agreements with other schools in our state. I honestly need to learn more about them, but we could already have some, and I just don't even know about it. And I'll tell you, what happened was like UCA and us, we had them for a while, and we just didn't. They weren't housed anywhere. So it was nice whenever UCA put them on their website because we could get to them pretty easy. Okay. So I'm going to pause right here and kind of let all that sink in a little bit because I'm going to kind of take a left-hand turn now. But that's the main advising stuff that I typically go over. Do you guys have any questions about anything I've gone over so far? I am going to get to Sherry's question. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, so I'm going to keep going, and I want to talk a little bit now about opportunities on campus to be active, because I wind up having a lot of students that come in, especially now we have a lot of traditional 18-year-old, freshman students, and they want to know about how to be active on campus for a variety of reasons. You want to participate, you want to feel like you're involved, you want to create leadership roles and opportunities while you're in your first 4 years. A lot of these opportunities also lead to scholarships moving forward. So I just want to spend a little bit. Look, I'm not going to be able to talk about all these, but I'm going to kind of show you where they're housed on our website, and you can kind of determine which one you want to do or not want to do. But I want to just show you about the opportunities that we have. So let's go back. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, share. And then I want to go to current students, actually. And there's a button here called Student Life. And when I click on it, it gives you kind of a few things we do on campus and the student organizations that we have on campus. So I'm going to click on student organizations first. And these are all the organizations. And I'll tell you, a lot's changed because of COVID this semester. But these are traditionally the organizations we have on campus. You've got honors programs, Phi Theta Kappa, Journalism Club, Environmental Science Club, SAB, SGA, the Future Teachers Club. There's a lot of stuff going on. So if you would like to be involved, these give you the point of contact. So let's say Criminal Justice Club here tells you a little bit about it, and it gives you the sponsor for the club. And if you have questions about this, the overall contact person is Sarah Anderson currently. So she's over here. Her contact is over here in student support. Sarah Anderson is really kind of your go-to person for all of the student affairs stuff on this page. Okay, let me go back because I want to talk about, where did I see it? Star Tree, student support services, student activities. Yeah. And then hold on, there was another. Oh yeah, the student handbook. So the student handbook is right here. You can see Arkansas State University Mount Home Student Handbook 2020 and 2021. This gives you kind of all the policies and procedures on campus as it relates to the student, okay? You've got a lot of the kind of overlap from that course catalog, the vision, mission, all that stuff, but also policies when it comes to, the alcohol policy, drug policy, discrimination. If you feel like you need to file a grievance because of an issue on campus, this tells you the route to go to file that, okay? It talks about the student services we have on campus. And there's the grievance form. And also at the very end, it has the organizational chart. So if we go all the way down, you can see how the university is actually organized when it comes from the system board down to the system president, the chancellor, and then on our way. It's kind of hard to see that, isn't it? Well, we need to get a better picture for that one. But that's the organizational flow. So if you've got a question about the structure of campus, the best place to go is the student handbook. Okay, if you feel like something wasn't right, the student handbook it'll give you the person to contact to resolve that issue. Okay, if you feel like you have an issue, please communicate that so it can be resolved if it can be resolved. Okay, and then on the right it talks about other programs and support. We've got the GED service, adult ed on campus, the student emergency fund. If you have an emergency, is a great fund that to get in contact with. The ASU University Center, the A State University Center, the bookstore, the coaching program, career coaching program, career pathways, career placement, the food pantry, and information how to get in touch with the food pantry, testing center, tutoring center, and workforce. Now, tutoring center, I know I mentioned in this class, but oh my gosh, and I know I talk a little bit about more than probably other classes with mathematics. But Althea Daniels, who is in the tutoring center, does it have her information? Yeah, it has her information there. Jay Daniels at ASUMH or tutoring at ASUMH.edu. If you need that, look, that's a free tutoring service we offer on campus. She is a godsend, and she has helped so many students through my college algebra courses. And not that I didn't think they could get through it. It's students that really were putting forth the effort, yet still struggling. If you're going to put forth that effort, she can help you get across that goal line. And sometimes we all need that. She is a great person on campus and a great person to know when it comes to this course and getting through this course. Man, guys, I think that's everything on my checklist. So hold on. We had one question about, okay. Hold on one second, Chair. I'm reading your other question. I'll tell you about FAFSA. It changes. So, and I get students on campus all the time asking about FAFSA and how to fill it out. And I'll tell you, I direct them to our financial aid department. And I'm going to see if I can find. Okay, there it is. Hold on. I'm going to show you the website on how to get there so you can see his contact information. Because if I ever have a question, I go straight to Mr. Barry. Let me share my screen again just to show you where I'm getting it from. So if you go to current students and you go to paying, oh, actually right here, financial aid, and you click on it, this is Clay Berry is our director of financial aid, C. Berry at ASUMH.edu. And there's the phone number. I'll tell you, sometimes it's been hard to reach a lot of people. I don't know for him this semester, I haven't tried to, but for a lot of people on campus, it's been hard to reach by phone because of COVID. So email's been the best way I've noticed, but it kind of gives you a house. This is kind of a little nice website on how to create a FAFSA ID or FSA ID, how to fill out the FAFSA, tips for parents out there, scholarship information, veterans information, which we do have a veterans coordinator on campus, Sherry Hughes. She is amazing, and different opportunities with financial aid down there. But I'll tell you, Sherry, as it relates to your question, I would contact Clay. He's valuable when it comes to that information. Testing requirements change all the time. And now, right now, so my students that are in college algebra, it's not a big deal. So once you pass college algebra, you're fine. You've already placed into college algebra. But it changes periodically, and it will be in the course catalog. So do you mean for entry in the university? Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Say yeah. Oh, I got you now. No, whatever it says in the course catalog, that's really your contract. So a student that's coming in, whatever it states in that course catalog for 2019, 2020, actually the rest will be 2020, 2021, whatever it says in that catalog, that's the testing requirements for what's the word I'm going to for like college algebra, for the algebra courses and the reading and writing courses. I'll tell you, okay, yeah, I'm going to switch over again. And I'll show you where to find it. So I'm in the course catalog right now. Like this is remember the one from last year. And if you scroll down, it'll tell you there's a subject area called testing and placement. And so it's for this one, it's on page 46. So it's probably like 50. Yeah. So it starts here and it tells you all the placement scores. Now, some of the classes have changed because we now offer that co-requisite, and you really need to get with your advisor or the student that maybe you're asking about. They really need to get with their advisor because of co-requisite classes now, where now there's some classes you can take and you don't have to take a remediation course before, prerequisite, you take it at the same time. So it supplements while you're taking the college level course. No, I don't, it hasn't been COVID. There's a national push. We can talk about that if you want to, but there's a national push for co-requisite instead of prerequisite scores because it gets students through their college level math and English at a faster clip, or that's what they're telling us the data is showing. Yeah, they're a little different that way. And I'll tell you, it's always good to stay in touch with your advisor and to know that course catalog whenever it comes to those questions about testing requirements, admissions, things of that nature. I assume what you mean is like the entry testing, not like the test that you would take like in my class. That has changed actually because of everything. Okay, great. I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I mean the main thing is get with your advisor as soon as you can to get registered. And I'm telling you, also bring up this stuff with your advisor. If I know sometimes it's hard. Maybe you don't have that personality, but I know I can help my advisees the most if they give me they give me information, right? And even if it's I don't know what I want to do, that is information. Okay, if I don't know what you want to do, there's really a path for you. Okay, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Especially if you're an 18-year-old fresh out of high school, that it's very kind of peculiar if you're that age and you know exactly what you want to do. That's more of not the norm. Okay. So yeah, communicate with your advisor so they can help you. Oral, yeah, that's true. I'm telling you, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. I'm enjoying teaching though. Okay. I can't think think of anything else, I'm glad you guys asked some questions that helped. Do you guys have any questions at all? I'm going to wait a little bit if you're typing, or if you want to kind of raise your hand, or if you want to email me later. You guys have my email on campus. It's rshurley, SHURLEY. So rshurley @asumh.edu. So you've got my email. You can email me questions. I'll be more than happy to get with you on this kind of stuff. It's so important moving forward to be on the right path. It can kind of burn you if you're not. And there's just a lot of ways to make sure that you're not on the right path. Okay. And this is one of them. You guys have any questions? Any questions about life? Anything out of the ordinary? Now, I'll tell you, just for my class, you guys in here that are watching this, remember your test is going to be open until Friday. So you need to get that done. When we get back for this class, it's my Monday, Wednesday class. So when we get back on Monday, we will start with section 4.2 and go forward from there and get prepared for the last test, test 5. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording